Constructed simultaneously in 1848, Harper and Legare colleges followed the pattern established by Rutledge and de Saussure of a central academic section flanked by wings of student housing. They were built flush against earlier dormitories, Pinckney and Eliot colleges, giving the illusion of two buildings instead of four. The design of Harper and Legare reflected the prominence of the two student organizations on campus, the Clariosophic and Euphratean literary societies. The third floor of each building was designed with meeting halls for the organizations, Euphrateans in Harper and Clariosophics in Legare. The original three-tiered podiums are still in place in the halls. Euphratean is still used as a meeting space, while Clariosophic houses administrative offices. In a state with a highly illiterate population, oratorical skills were a necessity for future state leaders. Members of the societies honed their debating skills on a variety of legal, political, and social topics, including tariffs, treaties, taxes, education, the military, slavery, and the role of women in society. The arrival of Greek letter societies to the campus threatened the domination of student life by the literary societies in the late 19th century. The clash between the debating and social organizations eventually entered the State House. A sizable number of the state's legislators were alumni of the university and the literary societies. The societies were therefore able to convince the legislature that the Greeks were a threat to campus life because they encouraged cheating, bad behavior, and drinking. As a result, the legislature enacted a statewide ban on all Greek letter societies at all state schools in 1897. The Greeks promptly went underground, leading to the appearance of numerous clubs on campus, under such names as the Scarabaeans, the Denizens of Monte Carlo, and I Tapa Kega. The ban lasted for 30 years until it was lifted with the aid of Carolina President Davison Douglas, a fraternity man himself. The university's clubs immediately began petitioning national fraternities and sororities to establish chapters at Carolina. The literary societies continued to play a major role on campus for many years, but began to decline in the 1960s and 1970s as the student population and extracurricular activities skyrocketed. By the 1980s, the societies had died out. However, the Euphratean, Clariosophic, and Hypatian societies have been revived in recent years. During Reconstruction, when the university was desegregated, Legare College provided housing for the majority of the school's students, including its first African-American graduate, T. McCants Stewart, who graduated in 1874. Harper College was constructed on the site of the original Stewart's Hall, the college dining facility. Students were required to eat on campus. In 1848, the trustees purchased a house and converted it into the second Stewart's Hall so that the original one could be demolished to make way for Harper College. The second Stewart's Hall was the site of one of the greatest protests in school history, the Great Biscuit Rebellion. The lack of quality food was an annual source of unrest among the students. The steward did not receive a regular salary. His only income was whatever profit he made, so he sought to maximize his profit by purchasing cheap, poor-quality foodstuffs, which frequently included stale, wormy biscuits and rancid meat. After years of complaints, students staged the Great Biscuit Rebellion in 1852. Of the 199 students at the college, 108 signed an honor-bound agreement stating that if the compulsory system was not abolished, they would all quit the college. The trustees refused to comply, so all 108 students left. The following year, the trustees ended the compulsory system and allowed students to dine at approved boarding houses in Columbia.